A few weeks ago, Phil Spencer came out in opposition of the console wars, and immediately fanboys took his statement as ammunition in the console war. Xbox fans claiming that he's talking about Sony fans claiming that he's talking about Xbox fans. And just like peace in the Middle East, the end of the console war isn't coming to an end anytime soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you Phil's statement, and then I'm going to break down the console wars for you. He said, quote, "I've said before, the one thing that I probably find a little distasteful in the discourse around games is the divisiveness that people try to build between platforms. It becomes more about what piece of plastic I own than what games I'm playing. It becomes more about somebody else failing than the things I love succeeding. I don't think that's good for our industry. My job isn't to keep you from buying anything else. My job is to make you proud of what we offer and to give you an enjoyable experience with the product that we have. That's 100% of what I'm focused on." So, I mean, I don't know many reasonable people who would argue against that statement. Sony and Microsoft want you to enjoy their console, but that doesn't mean that they want you to hate the other people who play and enjoy on other consoles. But some people also take this as meaning that you can't talk about other consoles. Some say that I'm flaming the console war when I simply bring you a news story that's been published by no less than 1,000 different websites and blogs. If a story is covered by IGN, Kotaku, BBC, Ventura Beat, Eurogamer, it's on all these different websites, and it's okay. But if Red Dragon does a video on it, oh, you're just trying to start an argument. Because you know news is such a divisive thing. Information so disturbing for the weak-minded. Maybe only if you're just overly sensitive. We've got two machines that do the same thing. They both play games. And you better believe that they should be compared, they should be discussed, both the positives and the negatives. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a debate or having an opinion, even a strong opinion. I've told you before, if you have to buy one system, I've actually said before, buy a PC. You know, if you're choosing between platforms, get a PC if you can. But for the sake of this video, let's just say we're talking about consoles. So, if I say to you, look, I think the Xbox One is a better machine when compared to the PS4. I like the controller better, the online system, the features and update and support better. I prefer games like Halo and Titanfall over Killzone. I prefer Forza 5 and 6 and Horizon 2 over Drive Club, Sunset Overdrive, Gears, and Rise over Knack or Watching the Order, and that I didn't care for Bloodborne. It wasn't my type of game, and I'm not into buying a game like MLB from Sony when they shut down the servers when it's barely a year old, and I find a lot more value and content in the time that I spend with games on Xbox over PlayStation exclusives. And if somebody else comes along and says, "No, Dragon," I completely disagree. I prefer PlayStation and it's better. The PS4 has a lot more exclusives, period. It has a lot more games that I enjoy over the Xbox, period. I think the controller's better. And it also plays more games in 1080p, and it's just the overall better machine. Do you know what I'm going to say? Okay. I mean, really, it's okay. Why the hell would I argue or get mad at you for having an opposing opinion? Your opinion doesn't affect me one bit because I'm comfortable with the things that I've experienced and the feelings that I have. So I'm not going to be mad at you if you don't agree. I'm just going to be like, you know what? That's cool. I sincerely hope that everybody enjoys the system that they've invested money in and that they play on. I don't want anybody to be disappointed. Whenever I was younger growing up, all my friends around me had PlayStations. I would go over their house and play games like Resident Evil and Gran Turismo, and I had a ton of fun playing on those systems. So a lot of times I would actually get different systems just so they could come over and experience something else. And so we kind of had the best of both worlds without having to go out and buy everything. I didn't hate them because they had a different system than I did, and they didn't hate me. We're all gamers, and we should all enjoy gaming no matter what system you play on. But that also doesn't mean that I can't have an opinion and share that opinion with my audience. Nor does it stop anybody else from doing the same thing. Having an opinion, making observations, letting your thoughts be heard is something we should be promoting, especially when it doesn't line up with the mainstream. It shouldn't be something that's vilified. Where I think the console wars really start and where it begins to get distasteful is when fanboys come out of the woodwork and basically try to bully people for their taste and their opinions. When you hate somebody just because they feel differently than you do. It's like Dave Chappelle said, if you have hate in your heart, let it out. I've got people who I'm living rent-free in their heads, all because I have opinions, all because I have this channel. They make videos, they make comments, they go off on tirades, calling people ex-fags and cocksuckers and corporate dick riders. And I mean, it amazes me how some of these people are so obsessed with male genitalia. I mean, if that's your thing, I'm not going to judge you, but it doesn't make you look very intelligent when you can't or don't want to argue the points or the merit of a debate. You can't bring that up. You have to rather attack a person. You have to bring up ad hominems because your vocabulary is limited to junior high school. A normal person doesn't give a damn what game system somebody else plays on. You have to be mentally challenged if you are. Sony doesn't give a damn if you own an Xbox or a Wii U. In fact, Yoshida said the other day that the Wii U was his favorite non-PlayStation system. You know why? Because he enjoys playing the games on it with his kids. Who's going to argue with that? If I have kids, I probably have a Wii U too. And we know Phil plays PlayStation. Microsoft doesn't care if you own a PlayStation 4 or not. If they did, I'm pretty sure they would have fired Phil for owning a PlayStation. All companies do is hope that you buy their system and enjoy the games that they have. Yes, they're in competition with one another. You may see them point out differences and features and games, which is entirely normal and expected, but you're not going to see them spew hate and trash other consumers because they didn't buy into their system and because they bought something else, because they bought and enjoy another piece of plastic. So when I point out flaws in Microsoft or Sony or, anything else we talk about, because I talk about a lot of stuff on this channel, I'm not attacking the people who enjoy those systems. I own a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and because I'm a consumer, because I want to enjoy both systems, I'm going to tell you what I think about them. I'm going to tell you areas where I think they can improve. I'm going to tell you areas where they screwed up. I play PC more than I do my consoles, truth be told. But I still enjoy my consoles. I spend hundreds of dollars into these systems. And you better believe that I have the right to say whatever I want to about them. And you better believe that I will.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.